Hello guys, in this video we are discussing a DSA question that based on the recursion. The name of question is rate in maze. So you can see here the description of question. Consider a rate placed at 0, 0 in a square matrix of order n by n. It has to reach the destination at n minus 1, n minus 1. So what's the line says? Like we are at the first, we are at this position. Okay. Like I am entering here. So at the first, I am at this position. So we find out the number of ways that reach our target to the this position n minus 1 n minus 1. Okay guys, so this is overall question, and the zero is shown in this figure is like they are like walls type. We can't go from here to here because there are 0%. When the 1% in this matrix, they are the only way that we can go here, because we can go like this type, like 1 1 1 then 1, then again down, then right, and we can go also like that, 1 then down, then right, then down, down, right. So you can see here there are two possible ways present that use for the point 0, 0 to reach from this point to the at the last position, DTR DT DRR. So this is for the down, this is for the right, and this is for down, and L for the left. So I am explaining this question with the help of the second PPT of this question. So guys, you can see here, wait a second. So you are given a square matrix of 2D grid of the integers where 1 is represents valid paths and 0 represents walls. Okay. So your task is to find all the possible paths from the top left corner, from the top corner to the maze of the bottom right corner of the maze. Okay. So you can only move in four direction. So what is the four direction? Up, upward, downward, and left and right, because there are only four possible ways. So the paths you find should not overlap. That is, you should not revisit a cell again that has already been visited during the search. So if there are no valid paths from the top left corner to the bottom right corner, then we are simply print -1. Otherwise, we print the all valid paths in lexicographical order, separated by the space. So each path should be represented as a string of character, where U represent moving up, D represent moving down, and L represent the moving left, and R represent moving right. So the output should not contain any leading or the trailing spaces. So now I opening the one more slide for the better understanding. So guys, here are a code. So there are some methods and some metrics for the explanation. I create some more PPT for this question. So first of all, we declare the n variable globally in the main class, because this is the public class main. And after that, I am creating a matrix maze. After that, I am creating a matrix of Boolean type of visited. And then for the answer storing, I am creating a array list for the name paths. Okay guys, and there are a method boolean is safe for the checking the safe conditions at these places, different places. We checking the condition is safe or not, this place is safe or not, because we are visited one time or we are visited again and again at that time. So after that guys, there are our main method for explanation this. I am creating this slide. So you can see here n is an integer that represent the size of the square maze. So this is the represent the size of the matrix, because the matrix is size of n by n. So maze a 2D integer array that represent the maze itself. Okay. So visited, what is the meaning of visited in this code? A 2D boolean array that keeps track of the which cells has already been visited during the search, and after that paths, a list that will store all the valid paths found by the program. Okay, so this is the valid paths for the valid paths. And there are is safe function, is safe method. So that method check whether a given cell is safe to visit or not. A cell is considered safe if it is within the bounds of the maze and has a value of 1 and has not been visited before. So the meaning of simple, guys, when our element is present between the 0 to less than n, then this position is safe, and this condition also has not been visited before. This condition is also that give the our true result for the is safe function. Okay, so we are checking these 2 3 condition for the checking is safe. After that, a DFS method is in this code. You see, the DFS function use a depth first search algorithm to find the all valid paths in maze. So in with the help of DFS function, we find the all valid paths in maze. It takes an current cell as coordinate x comma y. So we are representing x comma y with the current cell and the path taken so far path. So if the current cell is the bottom right corner of the maze, then the path is added to the path list. So what is the meaning of this line? When we reached at the top, uh, when we reach at the bottom right corner, it means we can add the path in our array list because we find out the one path here. Okay. So otherwise the function recursively calls itself on each adjacent cell that is safe to visit before the visiting an adjacent cell. So the current cell is marked as visited in the visited array. After exploring the all possible paths from the current cell, the current cell is marked as unvisited before returning. So what is the meaning of this line? Guys, when we find out the whole condition of in the matrix, like we if we can't go further, like there are we are going in a path but there are some obstacles are coming, then what we can do here, we simply revisit the past position. At that time we are simply at at that time we are simply like we are doing the false at the revisit palace. Okay, again, because if current cell is marked as unvisited before returning, when we returning from this position, we marked as unvisited because we change our path because there are some obstacle in front of us. So after that, guys, a main function in is the entry point of the program. It reads the size of the maze and its contents from the standard input using a scanner object. If the top left corner of the maze is 0, then program prints -1. Why print -1? Because if our first element is 0, then we can't go further from this entry point. So we are simply print -1 and our program is closed at here. So otherwise, if our first element is not 0, then we are doing some operations, like otherwise it start the searching for the calling DFS function for the searching the valid paths with the starting coordinates and an empty path. Because at the first of all, when we come at the first position, then we taking a empty path with the empty string. If no valid paths were found, then the program simply prints -1. Otherwise, we are print some sorted and printed the standard output. So now come on the code for the better understanding of this question. So guys, the meaning of this code, like simply when our first point is 0, then we can simply return the -1 because there are no any entry point to the reach at this position. If our first point is not 0, then we are doing some operations for the upcoming paths. So guys, we are starting from this main method. So you can see here, this is our import. I am importing the import java.util.star from this line, and there are a class start. This is half code is here and half code is here. Okay, guys. So this is the main class, and I am declaring 5 6 things here. These are globally like static. I am taking static. So what is the meaning of static? When our class is load, then these are loaded at the loading time. Okay, so static int n. So n value is provided by s, because you can see here public static void main string args scanner s is equal to new scanner system dot in. So this is our scanner class object for the input taking. So we are put here input n is equal to s dot next int. We are storing the value in n. So why I am not declaring here any int here? Because I am globally declare here in the class main static int n. So n is equal to s dot next int. So at that time I am enter the 4. So the size of our matrix is 4. After that I am creating a maze matrix. So how we can create a matrix? Maze is equal to new int n n. So this is n by n matrix, and this is the integer type. You can see here static int maze. So I am declaring globally, because this is the necessary condition for doing this question, because we are doing some operation in this method. So we are declaring all things in globally way. So that's why I am taking the only variable name here. After that maze is created, then after that we are creating a visited Boolean array of the size n by n. So why I am creating this matrix, guys? Because when we are come at this position 1, then after coming at this position, I am marked at this position like I am visited at the 1 position. After that, when I am come in this position, then I am mark that I visit this position for the avoiding the revisit the for avoiding the overlapping again and again path. So that's why a Boolean array is also present for the checking we are visited at this position or not. So that's why I am creating a matrix for the Boolean. So after that, guys, there are a simple for loop for the input taking in our maze matrix. So you can see here our loop is iterating from 0 to n position, and there are some inner loop, one inner loop present that start from the 0 to less than n, and I am storing the simple value of these integer values in our maze I comma j. I maze ij. So I am storing the all values of input in this maze array. So our maze matrix is globally declared here. Okay. After that, if I am checking at the starting position for the further executing of this code, if our maze 0 comma 0 element means this first element we are taking the input successfully. At that after that time, we are checking if our 0th element is 0 0. So our 0 comma 0 element is 0, then we are simply print -1, because there are no entry point for visiting further, because the first point is 0. So there are obstacle in the first point. So avoiding this situation, I am creating a if condition and one else condition. Okay, if our first point is 0, then simply print -1, and we are not further execute our code, this code. Okay, and this condition is not happened, then we come on the else condition for the further execution of this question. Okay, guys. So what so here I am calling dfs function. So what is the dfs function? Dfs function for the checking the valid paths in this matrix. Okay, so what I am passing here, I am passing three parameters here. One is the x, second is the y, and third is a empty string. So what is the meaning of empty string here? So empty string means, guys, if we are checking the paths here, then when we are getting the 1 1 1 1, then we simply add that these paths in our array in our array, like in our string, this empty string, we are simply concatenating the like down. First of all, we are at this position and we come at this position, then we are going at one down position, then we are concatenate, then at the time we are concat this d in this empty string. After that, one more d present, then again I am adding the d in this string. Okay, so that's why I am taking the empty string here. So after the whole execution, guys, if I am checking that if our string, if if we are reached at the last position successfully, then at that time I am simply add this string in our this array list, because this array list is created for the storing our result. Okay, guys. So you can see here there are one path d, then again down, then again right, then come down, then right. So you can see here there are one path here and one another path down, then right, then down, right, right. So you can see here there are two paths. After the getting the two paths, I am sorting with the help of collection framework. So now come on this code. So guys, first of all, we are calling the DFS function. Okay, so our code is at this line. Okay, guys, we are calling the DFS function here. So when I am calling, then I am passing the 0, 0 here. Okay, I am passing 0, 0 here. So when I am passing 0, 0 and string, then our code is come on this line. Okay, static void DFS int x, int y, and string path. So I am taking here integer x type, integer y type, and the string type of path. So we are passing here 0, 0, and string. Okay, then after that, guys, at the this is our base condition. So every recursion function have the base condition. So this is our base condition. If this is executed, then we are adding our path in our array list. This is the our answer array list. Okay. So this is our base condition. So what is our base condition? The base condition is if our x is at the last position and our y is also at the last position, at that time we are simply add our path in our array list. So you can see here, so what is the meaning of x is equal to n minus 1 and what is the meaning of y is equal to n minus 1. So at first time we are passing 0, 0, so we are at the this position, and at the last when x is equal to n minus 1 and y is equal to n minus 1, so we are come on this position. If this position is hit in our code, then we can simply say that we achieve a path for the reaching from top to the bottom right corner, and we get a path. So at that time this condition is successfully true, and we simply add in this list, like the name of list is paths, we are simply paths dot add path. So what is path here? Path is the simply string, so that we are taking at the first time we are calling empty string, and we are adding the UDLR this value at the time of recursive calling. Okay, so we are going further because this is the best condition, so I explained to you. Okay, so after that, guys, like at the first time, our this is our DFS function, so I am writing here. So guys, this question is some complicated, so this video may be some lengthy for the explanation of this code. So I am passing 0, comma 0, comma there are empty string present, so this is empty string. Okay, so guys, you can see here, this is base condition, this is not executed because our x or y is not hitting at this position because they are at the first time they are present in 0, 0 position. After that, guys, our visited array. So what is visited array? This is the boolean array for checking we are visit this position or not. So the visited array is true. Okay, so x and y here is 0, 0. So here 0, 0. So I am undo this because there are some writing issue. Oh, sorry, I am writing with the mouse, so that's why there are. So guys, remember this, I am writing here 0, 0. So visited position is 0, 0 and 0, and this position is true here because we visit this position at first position. So our visited at the first point 0, 0 position is true. I am doing true here. Okay, for the avoiding the revisiting this position. So after that I am checking the for if condition. So these for if condition, guys, this is nothing but only the checking the way in the four direction. So guys, you can see here, like I am at this position, like this is our matrix, this is our matrix. So I am at here. Okay, so see this function. So this function is says that is safe, this is calling a function is safe that I am mentioning here. So I am discussing after some time. So first of all, read this function is safe. What I am doing here, I am simply doing at the first time I am at here. Okay, when I am taking the example of this position, so this position is not satisfied with the some conditions, so I am taking the middle one for the better understanding, guys. So at here you can see here I am decrement the row x minus 1. First is row and second is the column. I am decrement the row, but the y value is same. So what is the meaning? This is meaning row, column is same, decreasing the value of row. Then I am come at this position. So I am going upward. So this condition is for the upward. So you can see here. This is the u here. Okay. So this is condition for the upward. After that, guys, when I am see this function x plus 1 and y. So y is remaining same. So what is the y here? Y is the column. So column is remaining same and x plus 1. So x plus 1, I am increment the value of row. So I am come here. Okay, checking for the here. Is safe or not this position. And there are one more if condition that x is remaining same means x is row. This row is remaining same, but I am doing here y minus 1. So what is the y here? Y is nothing but column. So I am simply decrement in the column. So you can see here I am decrement here. So what is the meaning of this? I am going to the left position from here. Okay, so after that there are one more function here like is safe. This we can say that there are one more condition that check for the right condition because x is remaining same here, but we are increment in the our y y plus 1. So we are increment in the column. So we are going here. So this is for the right. Okay. So these are the if conditions for the checking that our position, these position are safe or not. So guys, this is our base condition. When we are come at this position, so guys, if we see that like if safe like x minus 1 comma y, so I am calling each safe function x minus 1. So what is the meaning of x minus 1? At the first position, our x value is 0. Our x value is 0. And our y value is also 0. You know very well because we are at the first position. So x minus 1. So you don't think like we are removing from this matrix boundary. So what is the meaning of x value is minus 1? So this is the area out of bound of exception type exception. You don't think like that. So this is not executed because we can't do this. We can't x minus 1. When we are calling like this, like at this position, at this if condition, the first of all value 0 comma 0. So when execute this is safe function, so x minus 1 is 0 minus 1. This is minus 1 comma 0. So is safe minus 1 comma 0 is calling. So here minus 1 and 0 is calling here. Okay guys, so where is function is safe function is calling. This is the calling and there are our is safe function. So here we get the value x value is minus 1 and y value is 0. So guys, after that we are checking the return value. If our x is greater than equal to 0, so we know very well our x value is not greater than equal to 0, x value is minus 1. So our first condition is wrong. When our first condition is wrong, then all condition are absolutely wrong here. Okay, so this return false. When this return false, then we are not doing such operation like this. We are not calling this function. Okay guys, so we are come on this line. So there are, so the meaning of this simply meaning we are at this position and we can't go upward. Okay, so we are at the 0 comma 0 position and we can't go upward, you know very well. So this condition is for the upward condition. So we can't come in this position. So after that, this if condition is executed, so is safe. So value of x plus 1 comma y, so value is at the starting 0 comma 0. When I increment by 1 means x value is here 1 and y value is remaining 0 same. Okay, so we are checking at the 1 comma 0. So what is the meaning of this? When our column is remaining same but increment in the row, so we are at this position, we are come at this position x plus 1. Okay, and we are checking this position is safe or not. So this is our safe function and we are passing the value 1 comma 0 here. Okay, so this is returning if x is greater than equal to 0. Definitely our x is greater than equal to 0 because our x is here 1. And x is less than n. Yeah, definitely x is less than n because x is 1 and n is 4. And y is greater than equal to 0. Yes, definitely y is greater than equal to 0 because y is 0 and is equal to 0. This is condition is also true. And y is less than n. Yes, y is less than n because y is 0 and n is 4. And then maze x and y. So what is the maze x and y? X value is 1 and y 0. So you can see here maze 1 1. This we are checking for this condition. Maze x and y is equal to 1. Yes, this is 1 because this is no obstacle here. After that last condition, visited xy. So this is visited means, and we are using the negation sign. So this is not visited till now. So this is the negation sign. We are not visited till now. So guys, this whole condition return true because this is the safe condition. We are returning the true value from here. When this function, this if condition returning the true value, then what will happen, guys? So I am removing this for the better understanding. I am at here. Okay, so we successfully achieving this if condition. So we are come at this position. So you can see, so this is our recursive call. We are at the first, we are calling the TFS, and again we are calling the TFS. You know, guys, this is our if condition is executed, and our recursion is start here. So DFS is calling and x plus 1 comma y, then path, then simply you can see here we are adding in x plus 1. So at first time we are at here, now we are come at here. So this position is visited. At the first time we are print here true visited x comma y. So x comma y is starting position as 0 comma 0 is true. This is visited. So for the visited I am enter here green. Okay, this is visited. And after that, when I am calling again this function dfs x plus 1 and y. So x plus 1 is 1 comma 0. So I am come at this position. So when I am calling this function, then guys simply we we doing the true of this position also because we are come at here and this is visited now. Okay, so now come on the code. So when I am calling this function x plus 1 comma y, then you can see here at the first time our path is empty with these empty strings. Now we are getting some root here, like we are come at down, so we are adding down here because we enter in this if condition. So what is the meaning of this if condition? The meaning of this if condition is we can go downward. Okay, so that's why I am adding the down in this path. Okay, so simply I am adding d in this path calling. Okay, so this is done. After that, guys, this is simply done. Then our recursive function is called again. Then our now value is x is 1 and y is 0, and the path value is now d. Okay, understand? And when we check our base condition is not true because x is not equal to n minus 1, y is not equal to n minus 1 because we are not reached at this position here. So avoiding this, I am taking n by 3 by 3 array. This is 4 by 4 array. For the explanation I create this array, this matrix. So guys, at that time we are calling 1 comma 0 comma d path. So we are storing the d in this path. So again, this if condition base condition is not hit, and we are visited x comma y is equal to true. So what is the value of x? X is 1 and y is 0, and this is marked true. So you can see here I am already true this because we visit in this position. So after that we are checking these four conditions. Okay, we are checking this four condition which will the hit now. So guys, you can see here, we come at this position at the first one, okay, and we are checking. So you know very well this condition for the upward direction, because we are getting from here U for upward, D for the downward, L for the left, and R for the right. So you know very well guys, when we are come at this position, then we are simply mark that we are visited here. So we can't go upward. Why we can't go upward? Because we can't find safe position, because when I am going here, then I am simply written here, we are visited again at this position, so they are returning false, so that's why we cannot go further upward direction. So that's why I am creating this boolean array for the checking that we are visited here or not. Okay, so after that guys, we are commit first if condition, that we are calling is safe. What is the meaning of is safe? X minus 1. So what is the value of here? 1 comma 0. So 1 comma 0. So x minus 1. So what is the meaning of now? 0 comma 0. They are 0 comma 0 again. So is safe. I am calling 0 comma 0 here. I am calling is safe 0 comma 0. So when I am calling 0 comma 0, then checking x condition is greater than equal to 0. Yes, definitely x is less than n. Yes, x 0 and n is 4, and y is greater than equal to 0. Yes, y is also 0, and y less than n. Yes, and maze x and y is equal to 1. Yes, maze x y is equal to 1. But this condition is now false because we revisit this one. Okay, so one condition is fail, then whole return is now returning false. So we can't execute this condition because we can't go upward. So can we go downward from here, this position? Yeah, definitely we can go downward as well as we can go at the right position. There are two ways. You can see here one, two, three, then right, then down, then right, right, and down, right, down, down, right, right. So guys, for the sake of the different ways we can achieve in this path, so due to this we are using the recursive function, because we are using if condition, not else if. We are using if condition because we are checking the all condition, because when we are come at this position, so maybe there are chances to the path in this condition, and maybe the path it can be at the right direction also. Okay, so that's why we are checking at the four condition every time. Okay, so now we are calling this function is safe x plus 1 comma y. So what is the meaning of x plus 1? So what is the value of our x is now 1 comma 0. Okay, 1 comma 0. So when value is 1 comma 0, then you can simply say that now x plus 1 comma y. What is the meaning of x plus 1? Now our value is increased by 1, 2 comma 0. Okay, so 2 comma 0. So now simply we are checking here like is safe function. So this is our is safe function. This is our is safe function like 2 comma 0. X is greater than 0. Yes, definitely. X less than n. Yes, less than n. Y is greater than 0. Yes, and y less than n. Yes, less than n. Maze x plus y is equal to 1. Yes, maze x plus y is equal to 1. And not visited. Yes, definitely this position is not visited. So we are simply successfully achieving these conditions, and we calling DFS function again. Again, x plus 1, the meaning of x plus 1 is 2 comma 0. Okay, and we are adding path D, because first D, then again one D is added in this. So guys, I think you are understand the approach of this code, what are happening in this code. So if we are creating the whole video, so I think like there are 30-40 minutes are not capable for the creating this video. So you can see here, after that there are two D is present because we are going two times D and D. Okay, and we are come at this position. So I am increment this for the sake of the original array. So this is looks like the original matrix for the better understanding. So now we are come at this position. Okay, 2 comma 0, this is successfully executed because this position is not visited. Then I am simply adding the d in this. So down. So we are adding this, and now the value of x is here 2 guys, 2 comma 0. Okay, and our path is dd. So after that we are checking our base condition if we reach at the bottom right corner or not, x is equal to n minus 1 or not, or y is equal to n minus 1 or not. So we are not reaching at the bottom, so base condition is not executed. So guys, this is all about code, and I am doing here simply dry run for your understanding. So we are simply doing visited x y is equal to true, so I am doing the same work because now we are checking for the 2 comma 0. So I am doing this is visited. Okay, so this is position is visited. So after that guys, we are come at this position. This is for the upward direction. So this is necessary to check that we are checking for the upward direction here, but the code is checking, it's a duty of the code, but we know very well this condition is not executed for this is for the upward direction. And we when we are checking the upward direction, then this is say function is fail at that time. So that's why we are not checking for the upward direction. Then we are checking for the down. Can we go down? Can we go down? So we are checking for the down. So we are come at this line is safe x plus 1. So what is the value of x? X is 2 and y is 0. So 2 plus 1 is 3. Now the value is 3 comma 0. So guys, now interesting. Please understand what is happening here. So we are calling 3 comma 0. Okay, when we are calling 3 comma 0, then you can see here what is the 3 comma 0. This is the 0 here. Okay, so when we are checking the its safe function, so we are come at this line. Boolean is safe 3 comma 0. So like when we are commit this, we are come at the is safe line. So returning x is greater than 0. Yeah, definitely x is 3 and it is greater than 0, and also x is less than n. Yes, x is less than n because n is 4 and x is 3 now. And y is greater than equal to 0. Yes, y is 0. This is condition also satisfied. Y less than n. Yes, y is 0 and 4. And maze x and y is equal to 1. So here you can see here maze x y is not 1. So what is the outcome of this return statement is false. So we are returning false from here. So when we are returning false from here, so then we are checking for the another one. We are come at this position. This condition not executed. When we are checking this, like we are checking is safe x y minus 1. So guys, you can see here this condition for the left side. At that time we are at here this position. Okay, we are at here, and when we are at this position, so you think like it should necessary to go like this in this direction. So this is the code for our left direction. So is safe x is 3 and now x is 2. Okay, we are commit like this at this this is not condition is this is condition is false. So our value is remaining 2 comma 0. Okay, we are at this position again, 2 comma 0 this position. So x y minus 1. So what is the meaning of this? X is 2 and y minus 1. So the value now is 2 and minus 1. So we are removing from the boundary of the matrix. So when the is safe condition is checked, then you get false because the x is greater than equal to 0 definitely, and y is greater than equal to 0. No, y is now negative. So this is written false. So this condition is also not executed. Okay, and after that this is not executed, then our 2 comma 0 is remaining same, and after that we are checking x y plus 1. So what is the value of x? X is 2 and y plus 1 means 0 plus 1 is 1. So we are checking for the 2 comma 1. So what is the meaning of 2 comma 1? We are come at this position. Is safe or not? Like you can see here, this position is safe or not. So this position is safe. So we are checking here, is safe x y plus 1. So we are checking here. So this is our safe function. So x is greater than equal to 0. Yes. X less than n. Yes. Y is greater than equal to 0. Yes. And y less than n. Yes, definitely. And maze x and y is equal to 1. Yes, at this position, maze x, y is equal to 1. And not visited. Yes, definitely this position is not visited. So that's why, guys, our condition is returning true. And when this is returning true, then we are simply add that we are simply calling this function dfs x y plus 1. So we are calling x value is now 2 and y plus 1 is 1, and we are simply adding the path is r. We are adding d then r. So you can see here our output d and r. Okay. So now our this function dfs function is called here. Okay. And what we are passing here 2 comma 1 and this ddr. So we are passing here 2 comma 1 and ddr. So now our function value is 2 comma 1. So we are at this position, and now we are simply check that for the now I am finished this code first. uh, Hope you are understand what is happening in this question. So if we are checking for the upward direction, like can we go upward? Yes, definitely, because we are in the safe condition. We can go upward. Okay. So what happening, guys? Listen. When we go upward, so this is safe condition. We can go upward. At that time, there are no any chances to go anywhere because this condition is we are returning false. This is already false, and this is obstacle here. This is obstacle here. So what happened at that time? We are simply no any function is executed. So if condition, this if condition is not executed, no, this is also not executed, this is also not executed, this is also not executed. So what is happen? We are simply at the last visited x y is equal to false. So at that time we come at one step back. So this is the step of the backtracking. So what is the meaning of this? If we are blocked in any position, then we come at one step further, like in one step past condition. So guys, we are simply this position we are taking, like we are visited false, and when we are visited false, then we can simply go at downward for the creating a route. Okay, so that's why this last condition for the sake of the backtracking. So if we are blocked at anywhere, then we can go at the safe position. So in this position, you see that we are blocked because this is visited, this is also visited. We are come at from this position, so this is also visited. This is also visited. Then we are blocked at here, so we are come further one position, and this position is unvisited. So we can go come here. Okay, at 2 comma 1 we are at the hair position, this position. Then we are simply check that we are check this position already, then we checking for the downward. Okay, so this first if condition is calling at the function of 2 comma 1. So you can see here, guys, at this position we are calling this condition if x minus 1 comma y. So what is x minus 1? So we are, and so this is for upward. So we check this position already for the upward, so we can't check this position, and now we are checking for the downward. Can we go downward? So what is the value here? 2 comma 1. So when we go to the downward, then the what is the now value is x plus 1. So this is 1 here. X plus 1 means the value is now 3. 3 comma 1. Okay, so we are checking for the is safe 3 comma 1 for the downward. x plus 1 means 3 and y is 1 remaining same, and we are checking like that 3 comma 1 is safe or not. So we are checking this is safe or not. We are passing 3 comma 1. So x is greater than 0, yes. X less than n, yes. Y is greater than equal to 0, yes. Y less than n, yes. And measure x y is equal to 1, yes. This position is 1. So this is true. And after that is not visited, yes, this is not visited. So after that this is true, then we are simply calling this dfs function with the parameter of 3 comma 1. Okay, and we are simply add d. So we forget, so I am undo, I think. So we adding the r at this position, and we forget to write r. So at that time we are entering, we enter the r. After that, at when we call at the calling of this function, we are simply adding d in this function, this string. Okay, so at that time we come at this position. Okay guys, at this position, and simply you can see here in result d comma d d r d. So we are getting these type of results, and there are two moves right condition. So there are, when we are come at this position, so there are no chance to the downward and no chance for going to the upward, because there are obstacle. We getting the false condition from is safe, and we can achieve only right condition from here. So this right condition function is right condition if condition is only executed. So guys, this is overall the execution of this code. After that guys, when we hit these positions, okay, so this base condition is hit, like at when we are come at this position. So what is the value of our x and y here? Our value of x and y here is 3 comma 3. So when value is 3 comma 3, then we can simply say that x is equal to n minus 1. Yes, definitely. Y is less than, y is equal to n minus 1. Yes, y is 3 and n minus 1 is also 3. Then we are adding paths dot add path. So what is paths? Path is our array list, and we are adding path. So what is the meaning of path? Meaning of path is our string path that we are passing at empty from starting, and we are getting result in this path. So we are simply add this path in our paths array list. So guys, this is the recursive function, and in the recursion function there are the use of stacks, because the when we are calling function again and again, then stacks are created and stacks are clear also when we returning the or methods. So there are one more condition, like when we are doing the dry run of this question, then इट मे बी लाइक आपको 1 घंटा भी लग सकता है इस क्वेश्चन को ड्राई रन करने में. जब आप करोगे तो आपको एक पाथ ये भी मिलेगा कि इस पोजीशन से आके हमारा एक ये वे भी बन सकता है इसमें आके. ओके, देन यू गेट द different results, like I am entering here. Sorry for that. So you can see here down, right, down, 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 right, down, down, right, right. So ये आपको और अचीव होगा इससे ही. So this is all about the code guys, and hope you understand the approach of this code, and this is the combination of the recursion and the backtracking, and hope you understand that I tell to you about explaining. So if you enjoy the video and understand the approach of this code, so like the video, and if you are new in the channel, so please subscribe the channel for upcoming DSA related videos. So thank you so much guys. Okay guys, bye.